Hello, my name is Nicholas Smith, and I am the owner and founder of BeginnerToAuthor.com. Like you, I struggled with writing before I wrote my first book. It's not that I thought it was too hard or impossible for me to do, but I just struggled with being too busy or not knowing what to write about. I wrote a lot in high school, making short stories and poems, and even got a poem published in a national poetry book at the age of 16. From there, I got the courage to write screenplays, and when I was in college, I joined a writing group and learned most of what I knew from the elders in that group. However, things slowed down once I graduated and joined the workforce, and I eventually stopped writing. But that changed for me in April of 2016. During that time, I was a substitute teacher at Montgomery Middle School, just outside San Diego, California. I was teaching an English and history hybrid class. And during the sixth period of this class, my writing journey would restart. The students of the class had an assignment they were struggling with, and they had to choose a famous person and not only write an essay about this person, but also create something that this person would use. For example, if someone chose Bob Marley, they would have to make a guitar and write an essay on the musician. The students had a difficult time understanding the assignment. However, I understood it immediately, and I made the mistake of saying, "This seems easy to do." I say that was a mistake because the rowdy students in the back of the class began chattering and chirping at me and saying, "If it is so easy, then why don't you do it? Why don't you do the assignment, write something, and bring it to class?" I took this as a challenge for myself, and this challenge from those rowdy students proved to be what I needed to start my writing journey again. So I started by choosing the most famous person that I knew to write something about, myself. Yes, I'm very vain at times, but like I said, I did have a poem published in the National Poetry Book when I was 16, and I also went on a TV show with one of my best friends during college, so I figured I was famous enough. I ended up writing a 14-page picture book explaining my ideas on how to get through the problems that some students were having in school. I did this because I figured it wasn't that long ago that I was in their position and I was in class trying to figure my way through things. So I gave my perspective on many things, added some pictures, and made it easy for the students to understand. It took me about 2 to 3 hours, and then I went to Office Depot and made a little book out of it. I brought it into the class the next day, and the students were impressed with what I had included. The students encouraged me to write a book. After 2 months of hard work, dedication, and support from everyone, I did it, and I self published The Way of Amazing. When the book was released, I was excited to tell everybody that I was an author. And when I did, people would tell me, "That is amazing that you wrote a book, and I wish I could write a book, but I can't." I would ask them why, and they would always give me a variety of reasons why they couldn't do it, whether it be them not having the time, not feeling creative enough, or feeling that writing a book isn't for them. There would be a lot of different things that would come up. From this and talking to many people about writing books, I began to believe that everybody has a story inside of themselves that they can write. And if I could show people how to write a book, or if I could just do my best to help people to get over their writing problems and make them see that writing isn't the hard experience that they think it is, then maybe they would write a book. Since that night, when I first believed that anyone can write a book, it has been about 9 years of trial and error. I've written other stories and done plenty of other things since then, and I've also learned a lot from my own failures with my own book to help people and guide them in writing theirs. If you're reading this, maybe you think that writing isn't for you. Maybe you think it's too difficult, or maybe you don't think you're talented enough, or maybe you don't think that you have what it takes to be an author. But I'm here to prove to you that anybody can write a book, and I will be that helping hand to help you push away those negative thoughts. And with the lessons that I have for you, I will set you on the right path to writing your own book. And it all starts with figuring out what you want to write about. So if you're ready, let's go to the next video and let's begin.